You're thinking about it. Paige is here to help you walk through the process. I'm here to help walk you through the reason of why you want to get it now. This brand called Trust and Will, they really reimagined this process of getting a will. What in your mind might have been, and the reason why 66% of people don't have one, tedious, lots of visits to maybe an attorney, lots of dollar signs, lots of money. They took all that out of the equation to make it super easy. And we've been so inspired by your stories all day. Call us and share your stories. Our testimonial lines are open. I won't forget, Melissa, one of our amazing customers who shopped with us last night, called and said, you know what, when I saw the price was $99.98 for the individual will, and then for couples, it's $169.98. She was like, I just thought, you know what, I don't have children, but I do have pets, and I don't have guardians for them at this point. I have a business. I have, nothing written down that says what I want to happen to those assets. So tonight is the night that I'm going to make that happen. We want to hear your reason why. Call us and share your stories. But I just think when we explain all the things that this encompasses, my goodness, for $20 or $34 on Easy Pay.
No-brainer.
It's a no-brainer, and it's amazing, really. This is a brand that has served over 500,000 families before they walked into QVC's doors. Now at QVC, well over 32,000 families have signed up through Trust and Will to get what you are signing up for tonight is a will-based estate plan. With this, you will get your last will and testament, your HIPAA authorization. These are all super important, and Paige will explain what really each of them means. Your living will, I think that's a big one for while we're here, right? Our medical directive, and your power of attorney. You will also get a 1-year subscription to the Trust and Will online portal so that you can always go and look at your documents. You will also be able to elect, appoint, if you will, child and pet guardians. So that's on the list, and that's huge. And we heard from a lot of people throughout the day that said that is really their reason that they wanted to either update their will or get their will in the first place. The process couldn't be any easier, because what you're going to do is you're going to get our today's special value. It's either $20, or $34 on Easy Pay. You're going to get your voucher that comes in the mail.
Yep.
That is going to include all the things on that list that I just shared with you. When you've gone step by step, it'll tell you what to do on .com. It's going to walk you through the easiest step-by-step process. You can do it on your tablet, your phone, your computer. We're going to also show you that. They're going to send you your hard copies in the mail, which is amazing. So you're going to have all your documents to go to the notary, sign, and get them notarized, and then you are done. This is the lowest price we have ever offered. It is our final Trust and Will today's special value of the year. It's the lowest price they've done, and our price is going up. These might be the reasons that you make that decision to create a will today. And Paige, we talk about our reasons a lot, and I think maybe you had one that you've done and it's been 20 years and now your reasons have changed, or maybe all the reasons you didn't want to get them, Trust and Will has sort of fixed, so that you can take care of these really important things.
Well, we all think it's something that we're going to push off until tomorrow, but I'll tell you, the greatest, most meaningful, beautiful gift you can ever give your family is to create that will today and remove that burden for them, because as we know, tomorrow's not promised to any one of us, but it is a logistical, financial stress burden. And we think about, we know ourselves best. And if we leave that for our loved ones, they're going to really torture themselves, Courtney, and say, I hope I did the right thing. I speculated, I guess. But what Trust and Will has done, they are a groundbreaking company, completely revolutionized the way that we are planning for our futures, safeguarding our legacies. They have taken something complicated, expensive, they've made it affordable, fast, easy, smooth process.
I did mine, and I went through the Trust and Will process at my kitchen table, much like this woman is doing. You fill out this questionnaire, and it really simplifies the process. I shared that I had gone through a process like this in the past with my husband, and it was so different. It was a lot of calls, meetings in person, a lot more money. There was just a lot of steps involved. And so when I went through the Trust and Will process, I was shocked at how fast it is. You can get this done in 20 minutes.
Absolutely. It's designed to be fast, easy, and smooth. So Courtney and I even talked about how we enjoy doing this. I actually kicked my legs up You know, I was on the sofa, I had great music in the background. You can do it with a cup of coffee, a glass of wine from the comfort of your home. You can do it in your kitchen like our friend does here, because what it really is, it is a questionnaire. They're asking you questions about you. It starts off simple ones like your name, your date of birth, and where you live. The reason where you live matters so much is state specific. It creates state specific wills for you because those laws differ from state to state.
So this is what it's going to look like when you go to do this, and this is showing you just how quick, you see the time elapsed in the corner, how quickly they're going to do this process.
It's going to end up at 20 minutes on the dot, but I'll tell you, you can break it up in chunks. You could do it all in one swoop, but you'll see here, you're answering questions. They've already done all the hard work. Attorneys, legal experts have created this will. Your answers is what customizes it. It's asking you about investments, guardians for your children, guardians for your pets. You also can have backup to the backup, so you have emergency plans in place. You're nominating executors. You're nominating beneficiaries. Also, this is completely comprehensive, and obviously Courtney and I have a lot to say about it, but there's so much more to this than just a will. We have healthcare electives, so power of attorney. We've included that HIPAA, where you give the ability to share all your medical information to family.
Do you mind going through each of the pieces that we're getting included with our price? Because that, for that reason alone, I mean, any one of these components that are included in your today's special value might be the reason why you spend the $20 on Easy Pay right now and get, or the $34 for a couple, and get this handled so that you don't have to wonder and you don't have to worry. And you know, it's a burden, right, to kind of try to understand what your loved ones wanted to do with their assets and decide that between siblings or decide that between, you know, an entire family. But it is also something that I think about with your living will that is even more so a burden. What are your last wishes? What are your wishes while you're in the hospital? So can you walk through, when you do this process and you get this today's special value, everything that Paige is going to tell you right now is included?
It is. So first and foremost, it is that last will and testament. And what I have here, I'm going to walk through these. When you're finished, you're going to receive these two folders. This is the will and your health care electives. But one thing I want to share with you, if you're someone like me, I actually completed my will probably just a couple hours before we were going on our first flight to travel when I had children. So many people do that because, you know, we put ourselves in that situation. We need that motivator to do it. The reason I'm telling you that is, yes, when you're finished this, you will receive these documents in 5 to 7 days. But if you're in a pinch and you need it today, as soon as you finish it, Courtney, you can print all these documents, take it to a notary and sign it, and you can instantly have that will. That's been a popular question today. That's why I want to point it out. So first and foremost, you will have that last will and testament. This is this package right here, and it is all the answers that you have supplied in that questionnaire online. Then when I talk about how comprehensive it is, we move on to HIPAA authorization. So Courtney and I were talking about it from even a maternal standpoint. This gives my daughters, my husband, my family access to my medical files. I absolutely want to share that with my children because my DNA is connected to theirs. And if they can have any insight for their health down the line, and they know about their mom. So that's one key component right there. We also have included that advanced healthcare directive. So that's your living will. And that's oh so important. If you've ever gone in for maybe a procedure, even dental work, they will ask you if you have this in place. This right here may be worth the price of admission today because the last thing any of us want to do is there's a position where you are unable to make medical decisions, you're incapacitated. Having a plan in place without putting your family in that stress or under duress, making decisions and try to speculate what you would have wanted, here is that roadmap included.
That's your voice. That's giving you a voice.
A voice. All of these documents are giving you that voice, including power of attorney. This gives someone, you can decide, it can be a family member, it could be a trusted friend, an agent. This is giving someone legal, financial, or medical ability to make decisions for you if you are unable. So maybe, I've stated before, a friend of mine had to travel, was unable to get out of a work meeting, so her power of attorney went to the closing of her home. So it's really just this banner of really making sure that you have decision makers in your life for any type of emergency, giving you full peace of mind.
And appointing, nominating guardians for your children and for your pets. We had a caller last night, and this is what I think some people, she shared with us, She said, you know, I handled everything for my mother. She said, I'm an only child. She said, I'm single. And so I didn't really like handle it for myself yet. But she said, you know what I was thinking tonight watching you is I have pets.
Yeah.
And she said, I also have a business. So I wanted to do this so that I can make sure that I have those assets allocated, but so that I also could nominate a guardian for my pets just in case something were to happen. I did the same thing for my pets.
Yes.
Liam, when he had special like medical needs, I thought I don't want him to just go to anybody because I need to make sure they're equipped to be able to take care of him. I have done the same thing with my daughter. And so I just think if that is like right there, the reason, that's $20 on Easy Pay, like under $100 for an individual, $34 on Easy Pay for a couple to have that peace of mind. Because really, as we show you this video, and then we're gonna walk you to walk you through some of the live, what it looks like when you get on your tablet or your computer. Right. Now that it's so affordable to do this, you can make this as comprehensive and detailed, or you can really make this as sort of brief and limited as you want.
Oh, for sure. In fact, I have a lot of people asking me today, can we put passwords in there? Please, can I put my social media accounts? Any additional information, we've given you a lot of latitude to add a lot of personal information. Think about this as your personal instruction manual for your family, your next of kin. And what you're seeing here is just walking through this process. So instead of packing up, going down to that attorney's office, spending several hours, getting charged by the minute, and then having some follow-up work, this is all from the comfort of your home. It could be on a phone, a computer, a tablet. They're asking you questions about you, your family, your investments. Right there it asks, do you want a guardian to your children? What about other assets? Because when you're talking about a will is you deciding how your assets will be distributed, which includes your pets, your property, your possessions. Would you like a guardian for your children? It could be final wishes. And then, of course, all those other elements that we talked about before, and we'll weave back in about your healthcare decisions and power of attorney. Mm-hmm. But the goal is 18 years old. We want you to get that will in place. And I know for so many of you today, you know, one thing we all debated here, I know you're seeing in the title, it says trust and will. It is an estate, and I think that word is what gets most of us nervous because you think, well, I'm not wealthy, I don't have, you know, these Swiss bank accounts, I don't have multiple homes, but estate is just your property and what you have in your possessions. Once you start to break it out and you look at the bigger picture,
do you have a bank account?
Do you have a bank account? Do you have a social media account? Online banking? Do you have photos online? So it took everything from that traditional will and combined it with all those modern intricacies, and this is the best of both worlds.
Well, maybe it didn't make sense to you if you thought, well, it's going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to make up a number, thousands of dollars, but I'm not sure it's going to be worth that. But when you look at this price, gosh, that is so worth that. I mean, people last night were buying multiples. We've now had 6,900 orders placed. I think a lot of people, and we brought this up, someone who was on set last night said their mom was bugging them and bugging them and bugging them to get a will. Yeah. This could be the voucher when it comes to the mail to you. Give it to your child and say, here is actionable gift. You can go through this process so that you're taken care of, because they are so much more likely to do it if they're gifted. So I think at $100, $169.98, our final presentation, your final chance to get this price. This also makes for a really cool gift for that person who maybe, you know, your child just got their first home. I just talked to a guest out in the hall who her son and his wife are getting their first home. Like now we're starting to sort of think in that mindset, right? Of we have things that we just want to take the guesswork out of. If you are someone who is like me and you are anxious, I want to soothe you with the process of trust and will being sort of done in your environment. I was able to, at my kitchen table, sit there with my morning coffee, my morning cold brew. I had music playing in the background. That could be on your favorite spot on the couch. You could have your favorite comfort TV show on. And then all of a sudden, I mean, Paige can show you, like, we're not logged in, but you can see.
I'm going to actually jump up here because I would love to start showing you.
You could be like on your tablet.
How easy.
You could be on your phone and doing what we're showing you on the big screen.
Yes.
But in the comfort of your own home.
And it's just so easy. I love what you described. That's a very relaxing environment. It should be that way. You know, we talk about something that appears to be very, very heavy, but this is a very joyful thing to make sure that all of your affairs are in order. And it starts with simple questions. Would you like to nominate guardians for your children? But if you notice here, Courtney, when